everyone, and welcome back to the SWVA YouTube channel. You're joined by me, Owen, the classic car specialist and auctioneer here at SWVA. And today we're going to be doing the first preview for our summer classic and performance auction, which is taking place on the 31st of July. We kick off at 10 AM on that day. And today we're going to be looking at 15 of the entries from the sale. There's a wide variation, as always, stuff from minis all the way up to Lagondas. We've got it all. So let's get started with today's video. So the first vehicle we're going to be looking at today is this lovely example of a Rover Mini 35. This one comes to us having gone through a restoration in 2021-2022 and comes to us with a real wealth of upgrades. Obviously finished in red over a nice grey cloth interior. This one has been owned by the vendor for the last 5 years. It looks really nice. You know, it's by no means a concourse example, but a great starting point for any sort of classic enthusiast. It benefits from high-low suspension, Metro carburettor as well. It is originally a Mini 35, which is a special edition that were made in the late 90s, but unfortunately this one's been slightly altered. It's had some decals removed and so on, but still looks a nice example, a great starting point. This one's estimated to £2,500 to £3,000. You know, that's bang for your buck really for a Mini. It's a nice cheap classic car, something to get you started. So another cheap one here at the start of today's video, and this one is an Austin A40 Fina. Obviously looks like a nice example in this nice tealy blue with a black roof. Now this one is a 1959 example, and yeah, it looks really nice interior. This one's actually also benefited from some recent work. It's had new front and rear windscreens, new rubbers on the doors and the windscreens as well. So it's had some work done to it. And obviously Austin A40, a very practical, you know, sort of quintessential British car really, but these things are actually designed by Pininfarina, so the same people that obviously designed the MGB and Maseratis today and whatsoever. So comes from a sort of good background, these A40s. And again, a nice cheap classic car. This one's estimated at £1,500 to £2,000. That's no money at all really to get yourself on the classic car ladder. It's great value for money. So another lovely affordable classic here. This one is lot number 36 in the upcoming auction, and this one is a Ford Prefect from the E4 93A generation. Obviously finished in nice black. It's got a beige interior. Really does look the part. This one's been owned by the vendor for the last 17 years, and in that time it's had some major maintenance work done to it. Really, the vendor that put this in had an MG Midget in the last time and a Triumph Robin Hood Lotus 7 replica, and those were two very lovely cars. So when we knew this was coming, we knew that it would be a nice example, and it is again by no means concourse, but still very good. Doesn't require sort of any sort of major work for as far as I can see. Now this one has had a new engine. It's covered just 4,000 miles since, well, not a new engine, it's been rebuilt, sorry. It's covered just 4,000 miles since the rebuild. And like I say, large amounts of other maintenance work done, which is all recorded on the history file. So if you are interested in this, I recommend coming down, viewing and having a look at that history file, because it makes for quite good reading. So another cheap one here. This one's estimated at £3,000 to £4,000. A lovely example of a Prefect. So if this is your cup of tea, why not come down and have a bid? So another nice lower end of the scale classic here, but slightly more modern than the things we've looked at so far. We do like these here at SWVA. We've had a few of them over the past couple of years, and they're good news, and I think they're a vastly appreciated classic. This one is lot number 39 in the upcoming auction. This is an M100 generation Lotus Alan SE Turbo, finished in beautiful Calypso red. It's got grey leather with a sort of red and black detailing on it and black piping. Black soft top as well. Really does look the part. Now this car's covered just 69,000 miles from new, which makes it a nice low mileage classic. And it comes with an absolute wealth of documentation as well. The history file on this is probably about that thick, I reckon. So much reading to go through. It's all in the description online. Countless bits of work done. It's been maintained over its life. I think it's even got a stamped service book with it as well. So a very nice example. That, like I say, that mileage, genuine, 69,000 miles from new. Obviously these M100 Alans powered by Isuzu, Lotus tuned Isuzu engine. So yeah, they pack a punch. They're the least followed version of the Alan out of the lot of them, but I think they're starting to appreciate now, and there's a sort of a younger audience that want to get their hands on them. So this one is estimated at £4,000 to £5,000. Definitely looks the part, looks to be a nice, cheap, affordable classic, something that you could enjoy in the remaining summer months with that nice convertible roof as well. So yeah, £4,000 to £5,000, come get your money's worth. Here we are then with probably one of the lowest mileage cars in the auction, especially for its age. This one is lot number 48. It's an Opal Manta GTE, very rarely seen nowadays, and especially with mileage like this one. This one's been owned by the vendor for the last 4 years and shows just 23,000 miles on the clock. A lovely car. It's obviously it looks like it spent a majority of its life sort of in storage, or at least in recent years, because it's not absolutely concourse. There's definitely some areas for improvement, but still presents as a pretty solid example overall. Like I said, owned by the vendor for the last 4 years. It's recently benefited from new headlights and a stainless steel exhaust. I think it's even had a new windscreen as well. So that's cost some money, some outlay to get it up to the condition it is here today. In the file, you'll find the original purchase invoice when it was purchased from new for £8,400. And also you'll find in there MOTs, which go pretty much all the way back to back up that incredibly low mileage from new. This one comes to us with an estimate of 10 to £12,000. I think that's fair money for a car of this age with such low mileage. You rarely see them, and I think I've undersold it really. It is a lovely example in the grand scheme of things. So if you're into your 80s classics, come down and have a bid. So a nice, small British classic is the next car up in the video. This is a great example of a Austin Healey Frog Eye Sprite. This one's lot number 53 in the upcoming sale. Obviously finished in cherry red, nice black interior, white pipe, and it's got the black soft top with it as well, even the black tonneau cabin cover as well. So nice car. This one's been owned by the vendor for the last 9 years. He bought the car in 2016 for £13,000. And just prior to that, it had a full rebuild in 2014. Invoices are on file for that. Lots of money spent to get it up to a decent condition. But in the vendor's ownership, it spent most of its time dry stored as part of a private collection, much like one of the other lots that we'll see in a moment. They've both come from the same home, and it's quite obvious that they've obviously lived quite a charmed life in dry storage. Yeah, nice example of a Frog Eye. Obviously these things, they're great fun. They're by no means the most powerful classic in the world, but they're great fun. They're small, they're agile, great at handling. Obviously a nice little 998cc engine underneath there as well. This one comes to us with an estimate of £5,000 to £6,000. When you consider that less than 10 years ago, he bought it for £13,000 and it's come to us for basically half the price. I think that presents great value for money. Like I say, they're great fun, they're good news, and I'm sure they'll appreciate it again someday. So if you're into your British classics, why not come down and have a bid on this one? So now we have probably one of the tidiest cars in the auction. This one is a Jaguar XJS 3.6. It's lot number 54 in the upcoming sale. A lovely car, this one. Manual example, so already catching interest, I'm sure many of you enthusiasts out there. Finished in lovely steel sapphire blue, nice grey leather interior as well. It's got the black sort of half soft top with the Targa top, T-top bit that comes off. Yeah, lovely, lovely example. Now, this one's been owned by the vendor for the last 8 years. Comes from the same private collection as what the Frog Eye did, the car we've just seen. And again, spent most of its life in dry storage. This one is, I'd say, in better condition than what the Frog Eye is, and that Frog Eye is by no means by no means in bad condition. So this car, very lovely. It's had just 3 former keepers from new, 61,000 miles showing on the clock, and that's backed up by 29 service stamps in the book. So a nice, thorough history on this one. It's had lots of work carried out on it as well. Invoices are on file for that. It really does present beautifully. Like I say, 3.6 manual, that's a nice rare thing. It's a very drivable, usable classic. You could take it to shows or even just add it to your collection if you are a collector. Very nice example. This one comes to us with an estimate of 5 to 6, much like the Frog Eye. Again, presenting great value for money. I'm sure the vendor paid a lot more money for that when he purchased it. Yeah, great value for money. Nice low mileage classic with all the history to back it up. So another nice example here. This one is lot number 65 in the upcoming sale. Nice Triumph TR4, the pre-IRS era TR4, finished in beautiful baby blue, navy leather interior, white piping, black soft top. Really does look the part, this one. Now this one is not a UK car. It has been imported to the UK, but I think that probably benefits it more than anything, because it's would have spent probably its start to its life in a dry country, and I think the condition today speaks for itself really. This one went for a full rebuild in 1998. All the invoices for that are on file. I would recommend, if you do want to have a look at that, to come down, view, and have a look at the file. We'll go through the viewing days in a bit, but yeah, lovely example. We've dealt with many TR4s over the past couple of years now. I personally love them. I think they're a great sports car. They cost, towards that, just above that mid-range price point. But if you are into them, and if you're into this era of classic, or a TR4 enthusiast or Triumph enthusiast, they are a brilliant car to own. This one I'd say is ready, really, show ready. It's ready to drive, use, enjoy. Lovely example. This one comes to us with an estimate of £15,000 to £18,000. I think that presents really good value for money, especially for an example as clean as this one. Now these things appear to be like buses. You see no Alpinas at all, and all of a sudden two come along at once. This is one of two Alpinas that we've got on the sale. This one I'd say is the more special one out of the two, just based on what it is and how many were made. This is lot number 67 in the upcoming sale, and this is a BMW Alpina B3S with a 3.4 litre inline six. So this is one of 162 examples made with the 3.4 engine. The other B3s were made with a 3.3, so it's got a slightly larger engine in it, slightly more power, and this car has been extremely well looked after from new. There's 10 stamps in the service book. There's about 76,000 miles on the clock as well. So, a very nice example. Finishing Cosmos Schwartz metallic, black to me and you, with a beige leather interior. Comes with a factory hardtop, and it also comes with a very nice private registration B3S OK to come with the car. That comes with it to be sold with the car. Just another selling point for this. These things are great fun, great value for money. So like I say, this one, 3.4 litre engine, as a hand-built engine, by the way, produces around 309 brake horsepower, does 0 to 60 in 5.1 seconds, and a top speed of 190 miles an hour. So these things are based off the M3, which are fast enough as it is. Alpina took hold of them, did some styling bits and pieces to it, and souped up that engine. And what we've got is basically a rocket on wheels here. Great fun, these things. This one's number 90 out of the 162 convertibles built. A lovely example. This one comes to market with an estimate of £12,000 to £16,000. I think it's great value for money. If you think about how much M3s have increased in value over the past few years, this is even rarer. I'd probably say even more enjoyable than an M3, and it really looks the part as well. So if you fancy yourself an early 2000s sports car with all the added extras, then this is the car for you. Now these things are getting very desirable. This is a lovely example of a Volkswagen Golf Clipper Cabriolet. This one's lot number 70 in the upcoming auction. This one's finished in silver. It's a nice blue cloth interior, black soft top. Really does look the part. This one's been owned by the vendor for the last 7 years, and it's been thoroughly enjoyed. It's been all the way up the Pyrenees in Spain, and driven to its heart's content. Really, it's been enjoyed how I think most cars should be enjoyed. This one, it's had lots of work done to it as well. Lots of new parts in it. All of the invoices for that are on file. The vendor also has this lovely Austin A35 next to me in the sale as well. And they're both very nice looking cars. You can tell that they've come from a good home. Now the Clippers use the same 1.8 litre engine as the Golf GTI, but they run a single carburettor. So they produce around 90 brake horsepower, which is more than enough for just cruising around with the top down in the summer months. Again, this sort of age of Golf is really, really popular at the moment. Obviously, the GTIs are by far the most desirable, but the Clipper Cabriolets, still a very, very, very good purchase, especially at this price point. This is estimated at £2,000 to £3,000. That's great value for money. If you're looking for a classic car that's going to be relatively easy to maintain and to just have fun with in the summer months, then this might be the car for you. So on the note of desirable, I bring you one of the most fastly appreciating classics on the market today, surely. This is a beautiful example of a Triumph Dolomite Sprint. It's lot number 73 in the upcoming sale, and it is a fantastic one. It finished in a nice period colour scheme of russet brown over a chestnut interior, very sort of 70s, 80s. This one, it's been owned by the vendor for the last 14 years, and it's been extremely well looked after. It benefited from a full restoration in 2008. And I think that restoration has lasted the test of time. In the vendor's ownership, he's thoroughly enjoyed it, taken it abroad even. He's been to Belgium, to the Netherlands, Germany in it with the Classic Car Club. So it's well travelled, and like I say, that restoration has obviously proved the test of time because it's been on long distance journeys and survived. So yeah, presented in a nice period colour scheme. It's had lots of work done to it, thoroughly enjoyed. These, like I say, one of the most fastly appreciating classics on the market today. We see examples go for £18,000, £20,000, £25,000. And this one comes to market with an estimate of just £7,000 to £8,000, which I think is a snip, really. That's very good value for money. So if you fancy yourself a nice 80s motor car in a period colour scheme, then this might be the one for you. Now, a nice pre-war example is next up in the video. This is lot number 77. It's a Rover P2 16 horsepower sports saloon. This one comes from the year 1937. Finished in black, nice lovely blue interior. This one's been owned by the vendor for the last 9 years and has just one former keeper on the logbook. UK right-hand drive registered example. And this example is very, very nice indeed. Clearly comes from a very good home and very well looked after. In fact, the vendor didn't really want to let it go, but he's had to. So it comes to market, and we're very lucky to have it here. Now, what's rare about this car is it is a sports saloon. Now, the normal 16 horsepower Rovers actually had 3 side windows, whereas the sports saloon actually only has 2 side windows, which, you know, I suppose makes it a bit lighter, makes it a bit sportier. Maybe slightly less cabin space. I'm not entirely sure on that, but yeah, very nice. They're very rare as well. I think there's very few of the sports saloons made because of obviously the war. 2 years later, after this one was built, so production stopped. Yeah, like I say, very nice example. It's even got steering column mounted radio controls, which were manufactured in Belgium. It's still got them. I believe they still work. Very nice example. If you're into your pre-war motor cars, this one is a nice change from your sort of regular Austins or standards or whatnot. This, it's a proper sports car, a pre-war sports car. This one comes to us with an estimate of £5,000 to £6,000. I think it's probably going to make more than that. They are, nice cars. This one's a very nice example. So if you are into pre-war motor cars, then this might be the one for you. Now, a slightly newer car you join me with now, but a very nice one again. This one, I think, is the most low mileage car in the sale. This is a 2001 Mercedes-Benz SL320. It's the SL Edition Designo. It's lot number 82 in the upcoming sale, and my word, does it look like a beautiful example. Finished in mystic blue, black leather interior. It's obviously got the hardtop with it as well. If you take that hardtop off, you've got a nice soft top underneath it. Yeah, presented really, really well. This one's been in the same family for the last 10 years and just has one other private owner aside from the family. And yeah, presents very, very nicely indeed. This one has just 19,003 miles on the clock from new, so very scarcely used. The current keeper on it, who's the vendor's sister, has had it registered in her name since 2021, but hasn't driven the car really in that time. It's only really been used for shows, they tell me, or for just sort of leisurely drives in the summertime. But it's got service history with it. It's got stamps in the book. It's got MOTs to back up that very low mileage. Obviously, the SL320 powered by a 3.2 litre V6 with an automatic gearbox to the rear wheels. I think they're about 220 brake horsepower. So, enough power for a nice summer sports car. I think these ones look even better with the roof down. Yeah, lovely thing. There's only 150 of these made as well. It's worth noting. It's, yeah, very nice. The SL Edition Designo 2001, that's the second to last year of production for these, I believe, as well, because I think production stopped in 2002, or the last one was registered in 2002. So yeah, a late example. This one comes to market with an estimate of £18,000 to £20,000. Now, I seem to remember us having one a few years ago now that made way over that. Obviously, the market has moved since then, but a very nice example, nice attractive colour, very low mileage. So if you are after a early 2000s convertible sports car, then this one might be the one for you. So mid-century motoring is up next in today's preview, and we're joined here by a lovely 1954 MGTF 1250. It's lot number 84 in the upcoming sale. And yeah, a lovely example of a T-type MGTF. Finished in its original colour scheme, which is backed up by the heritage certificate of black over green leather interior. The hood colour has changed, but let's not get into small print. It is a lovely example. UK right-hand drive as well. It is a home market car. This one's been owned by the vendor for the last 15 years. I think it's had about 3 former keepers or something like that as well. So a very, very minimal ownership over its lifetime. In the vendor's ownership, it's actually undergone some recent maintenance, including work to the brakes, a back axle upgrade, engine overhaul, and a new battery as well. So it's had the money spent on it. Again, an incredible history file on this one, worth a flick through if you come down to view. And yeah, these TFs, I'd say they're good news. Obviously an evolution of the TD. They use the same XPAG 1250cc engine as the Mark II TD did, and it retains its original engine as well, according to the heritage certificate. So a very nice example. I'm aware that obviously the mid-century and pre-war stuff has dropped in the market, but it's not often that they come to market quite like this. This has been very well looked after with very good history and low ownership as well over time. This one comes on a market with an estimate of £10,000 to £12,000. I think that's good value for money. I remember when I started doing this sort of 4 years ago, they were up near the £20,000 mark. So I think it presents really good value for money. It sort of shows where your market is going. But again, if somebody was paying £20,000 for that 4 years ago, and now it's 12, that's an £8,000 decline in 4 years. So great value for money, and they're great fun as well. You know, brilliant fun to take out on the road in the summertime. So if you fancy a bit of mid-century motoring, this is the one for you. So you now join with the last car of this preview. This one is probably the star of the show. This one is a Lagonda 3-litre Tickford drop-head coupe. This one's lot number 75 in the sale. And it's a privilege to have this one back. We had this one and sold it about 4 years ago, 2021. And it's come back to us looking in a much finer fettle than what it did originally when it first came to us. Finished a beautiful navy blue, grey leather interior. It's got a grey soft top as well, which has been changed. It was one of the things that needed doing when we sold it the first time out. It was rather tatty the first time around, but yeah, significant investment laid into this car. I think there's around £30,000 worth of investment put into this example in the last 4 years, according to the vendor, and it does look all the better for it. I think, you know, having seen it the first time it was into what it is now, it is almost like looking at a completely different example. It really does look the part. Now, this is one of eight remaining examples of the Lagonda 3-litre Tickford on the road. So very rare things indeed. There are, like I say, very few of them. This one was originally supplied by Brooklands in London, and yeah, it's got loads of history with it, massive history file. It's a very specialist car, but for those of you that are interested in it, again, come down. It's one of them that has to be viewed to be appreciated. You can have a look at that history file. There's plenty to go through. You could be here all day reading that history file, to be quite honest with you. I think there's 2 whole ring binder folders full of history. So yeah, very nice example. This one comes to us with an estimate of £45,000 to £60,000. Obviously, a lot of money to outlay, but a very rare car indeed. Like I say, just 8 of them left on the road. So if you do fancy yourself a rare Lagonda drop head for the summertime, then this is the car for you. So that's it. That's the end of today's preview video. Obviously, a lovely variety of cars on show and on offer yet again in our upcoming summer classic and performance auction. Now, let's just go through a few details for the sale. Auction takes place on the 31st of July. We kick off at 10 AM. And there's plenty of dates to look out for in the meantime, so we'll go through them now. Now, obviously, we do have viewing days. The viewing days are on the 26th, 28th, 29th, and 30th of July. All the times for those are available on the website. On the Saturday, we'll be open till 12 o'clock, and the rest of the days it's 3:30. So it's pretty straightforward. But yeah, take a look at the website just to make sure you're double checked on those details. And registration should, at the time of this video being recorded, now be open. So if you are interested in any of the cars in the sale, make sure you head to our website and get registered, because you don't want to miss out. Registrations are open from now up until the 30th at 10 PM. We do have hall bidding registrations open until 9 AM on the day of the sale, but the date you want to be looking for and aiming for is the 30th of July. If you want to buy, then get registered. You don't want to miss out. We've had it plenty of times before, and it's disappointing when you have to turn people away because they haven't got registered in time. So with that, you'll have to pay a £1,000 deposit. There's a form to fill out on the website. All pretty straightforward, but if you do get stuck, then please do give us a call. We'll be more than happy to help. And likewise, if you have seen anything in here that you have any questions on, please get in contact with myself or any of the team in the office on 01202 745 466, or email us, and we'll be more than happy to answer your inquiries and questions. Again, thank you very much for watching this video. This is preview number 1. We'll see you in a little while with preview number 2.